it's always nice when you can turn what seems like a couple weeks of annoyance or suffering into a life lesson, and then be like, well, I learned something from it. And that's what I got to share with you today. I don't know. I started on a project that I thought I was going to be able to finish in like 2 weeks. Literally, I thought it was going to take 2 weeks to finish this thing. And then I get through the first week, everything goes smooth. I'm like, okay, I got a week left. And then every single thing in that last week took me 5 to 10 times longer than I thought it was going to initially take me, because I never did any of that stuff before. And it stretched out to a month, a little over a month. And during that whole time, I was thinking, I'm just going to finish up this project. And once I finish it up, I can, because I'm not at my house right now. I've been working out of another location so that I can do what I need to do down here. But I was like, I'm going to finish up what I need, and then I can get back to my routine. I can get back to everything. I'm like, okay, I'm going to skip jiu-jitsu today, because if I skip jiu-jitsu, I can, it'll get me back to my normal routine faster, because I can go back to my working at my normal office. And this whole time, I kept telling myself that, and I fully believed it. I fully believed that if I skipped jiu-jitsu, if I skipped going on my walk for one day, if I skipped doing yoga, if I skipped, I didn't skip my workouts, because, that was really quick. And I've just been doing kettlebell swings and push-ups. But I was like, if I skip this, if I skip that, then it's really just jiu-jitsu and, jiu-jitsu, journaling, and also going for walks. Even though I do go for walks, I usually like to go at least once a day, just as a way of getting perspective. If I went for walks, I honestly probably would have seen this earlier, but I thought, you know what, if I skip my walk, I can get this thing done faster. And I'm just like, never again. I don't want, I don't know, it's like the myth of hustle culture, where you see people online and they're like, yeah, man, I stopped doing jiu-jitsu, I stopped doing this, and I focused like hell for however long they said, and then I made it. Even though I expect things to take longer than that, and I think half of them are just selling you courses and other crap, I was like, okay, yeah, just focus all your effort on this one thing, and then you'll do it. Such a fucking lie. Literally such a lie, because things take longer than you think they are. Things pop up. If you don't, you need to always keep stuff at a pace you can sustain. You should never, ever push yourself past a pace that you cannot sustain, and because that just causes burnout. And then once you're burned out, you're screwed, and now you have to spend a month trying to get back, or even more, depending on how bad you actually burn out. And I'm close, because I'm not burned out, but I'm glad I'm calling it now, because I'm glad that my project is finishing up now, because now that it's finishing up, I'm getting some perspective on it. And I was talking to my brother, but I'm like, holy crap, this is literally how I beat people in jiu-jitsu when I normally go to it, is I make them think that if they push themselves, if they give a little bit more effort, if they give a little bit more energy, that they can finish me. And I keep them delusionally believing that, and what happens is they burn out, and then I'm able to tap them. And jiu-jitsu is called you cook them. And you basically just, if someone's trying to finish a submission on you, if someone's trying to finish a choke, even if it's a crappy choke, you're here, you get a little bit of oxygen, and you just go you flail your arm a little bit, and the person's like, oh, I got it, and they'll really crank on it, they'll burn their forearms out, and then a minute later, you push the arm away, and then you just do whatever the hell you want to them, because their grip's burned out, and their arms are dead, and they're tired, because they really, really thought they had you. But no, they didn't have to. And then you beat them, and they're like, well, I burned my forearms out. I'm like, I don't want to tell them that. That was the whole plan. But I'm like, don't burn your forearms out then. But like, yeah, that's why I do what I do, is because you'll burn your forearms out. But I wasn't expecting it to, like, to subconsciously do it to myself. But I don't know, like, I thought if I push past this, if I just focus everything on this, if I ignore, or if I stop doing some of the things I normally do for my own mental, like, just being sane and high functioning, and, like, I didn't sacrifice sleep, I didn't sacrifice, I did allow myself to become more stressed, which is probably because I wasn't going for walks, I wasn't going to jiu-jitsu, which really is just amazing for me mentally. I wasn't journaling, which is like literally all the things that would have allowed me to see how I'm messing up and how I'm, like, everything would have given me perspective. I stopped doing because I'm like, if I stop doing it, I can get it done faster, and then things can go back to how they normally are. It's such a lie. Like, it is literally such a lie that I want to make this video so I can make sure I never make the stupid mistake again of pushing myself past what I can sustainably, like, never push myself past the point that I can actually sustain, believing that doing so will be beneficial. Because that's also the thing, is I push myself past thinking, oh, it's going to be better for me because I'll get it done faster, and then I'll get to go back to my normal routine. Literally, it did not work out that way. Because things take longer than you think they are. Other things pop up, and then you get out of the habit of journaling. You get out of the habit of walking. You get out of the habit of going to jiu-jitsu. And now you start accepting, well, if something comes up in my life, it's acceptable to not go to jiu-jitsu. It's acceptable to do this. It's acceptable to do that. And so many people start doing this to their own sleep. They're like, well, if I don't have time to do this, I'll sacrifice my sleep. I'll sacrifice this. I'll sacrifice that. And a while ago, I think it was junior year in college, I, like, literally looked back, reflected on my life, and I'm like, never again. Like, I don't care if I don't get my homework in. I don't care what happens. I am never sacrificing my sleep for anything, because it never ends up good. It never ended up good. I did it before. I pulled all-nighters, and what winds up happening is your brain goes to mush. Like, you're not thinking. You can't function. You don't wind up actually getting anything done because you just slow down to such a snail crawl of a pace, because all those high-functioning habits you had, everything that allowed you to get perspective, everything that allowed you to be the best version of yourself, you stopped doing because you thought it's actually going to be beneficial for me. So this is my promise to myself to not do that, to keep doing the things I know I need to do, and to never allow myself to stop doing them because I'm telling myself it's beneficial.